Loki, I'm bricked up just reading it. Roblox versus CS2 trading. I'm not gonna lie, bro. A quick deep dive into the Roblox items, because there's items that are like worth a milli. Alright, here we go.
It's Pedro here, and welcome back to another video. So today, as you've probably seen by the title, I'm here to discuss something that, if I recall correctly, has never been discussed before on YouTube.
The one thing that I'm scared about, at least you're typing L and you're not counting the pauses. That's actually better. The one thing that I'm scared about, chat, is after finishing this video, that I will want to buy Roblox skins. And I know what the prices are on Roblox. There's something called a Domino's. Not the pizza, but it's a hat. And that shit is worth fucking tens and tens and maybe hundreds of fucking thousands. Low-key, I already want one just thinking about it. If he glazes that item and says it's so rare because fucking the owner of Roblox created it and blah, 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 then I may, at the end of the day, bro, minus fucking how much it costs.
Counter-Strike 2 versus Roblox's trading systems. Now you, CS2 player, might be thinking that I'm talking about those Roblox like in-game trading systems where you can trade like items in-game, but no. Roblox actually has like an official trading system in place for like Roblox made items, accessories, whatever. I'm going to be comparing both of these trading systems based on 3 categories.
Call me crazy, chat. I tried to get some trade offers and stuff, so I enabled my trade offers, but you need to have premium enabled to be able to trade, right? It's different than in Steam. In Steam, anybody can trade. In Roblox, you need Roblox Premium, else you can't do trade offers. Yeah.
Those being the scarcity and value relative to both games' items, the uniqueness and customizability of these items, and also the ease to trade in both platforms. Now, if you would like to skip through any section of the video, here is the full
history, scarcity, ease to trade
timestamp of this video. I just added these in case you're not interested in the whole video or in every single section. You can just watch whatever parts you would like to. This video does need a little bit of explaining though, because like CS2 players need to understand Roblox trading and Roblox players need to understand CS2 trading and how it works. So like I legitimately can just not cut any corners. And you know, since I'm primarily a Roblox trader and player and whatever, there might be a little bit of misinformation when it comes to CS2
That's fine, I got
information or whatever. And
gonna be here for an hour. Bro, a 30-minute video, it's gonna be done after fucking 35 minutes. Stop counting, stop typing L. This actually, yo, just fucking, like, when he says something funny, type lol. When he says something interesting, ask a question, like, yo, but how much is it actually worth? And can I cash it out, blah, blah, blah. Come on, boys, like, bro, every time I watch something, bro, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, bro. Nah, I'm cutting the chat off by 1 line. Oh, hell nah. This is what you get. You see this? This is what you get, bro. -1 line, bro. -1 line. Nah. Oh, hell nah, bro.
If I do commit a mistake, please let me know down in the comments and I'll make a pinned comment correcting any mistakes that I made. Anyways, without extra yapping, let's go over the history of each game, starting with Roblox. Now, the concept behind tradable and resellable items in Roblox actually originated in 2009.
That's
so like
crazy.
Over 16 years ago.
Before Counter-Strike.
Was the first ever resellable accessory, otherwise called limited unique or limited
Counter-Strike skins, 2013.
items, being the green bow tie with a total stock of 100 copies being a limited unique item. However, a proper official trading system was only implemented in Roblox in the summer of 2012. So before that, trading of course existed, but like it was a lot more dangerous, you know. Users would pretty much have to rely on the word of other users when trading, because both users who were trading would have to list their own items for 1 Robux in the catalog. Robux being the virtual currency that Roblox uses, in hopes that no one would snipe their items or, you know, would use a bot to snipe them. Nowadays, this is completely unviable because there are hundreds of thousands of people with bot accounts just waiting to snipe limited items for cheap. Now,
just like in Steam and the Steam market, bro. Like when something like a Cato 14 skin gets listed, right? Something that is worth way more than market price, instantly bots snipe it. Chat, if I wouldn't be sitting right here, right now, streaming, I may or may not be a fucking Steam market sniper, bro. That shit is so fucking interesting. Imagine you boot up your PC every day in the evening and you look what your bot snipe, bro. And then all of a sudden you have a Cato in your inventory. You have a low float skin for trade ups. It is highly illegal though. Don't do it. But oh man, I may or may not be doing this if I wouldn't be streaming right now. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That shit just sounds like you open a Wundertüte at the end of every stream, bro. Just new skins every day, and oh my god.
As I mentioned a little bit before, there are two different types of tradable and resellable items in Roblox. The first one being limited unique. These kinds of items are sold in theoretically finite and, you know, set copies, and they immediately become resellable or tradable after the stock runs out.
Okay.
Now, the reason as to why I said these items are theoretically finite is because sometimes Roblox generates new copies of these items out of thin air to give to users as rollbacks from like API scams, cookie logs, etc. Also, yes, CS2 players, I know that you guys do not have rollbacks for that kind of stuff. I'm going to go over them a little.
Yes, we do have a history of fucking rollbacks, bro. People use it to dupe fucking items. I'm guessing that's maybe as well what's happening in Roblox, right? Unless they actually take away the item from the scammer. But back in the day, bro, Steam support was fucking giving out the item back to the guy and the scammer kept it. Suck, 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 suck. People were involved on Steam support. People just generated items. Is there duping in Roblox, chat? Or do they have their shit straight? Did they learn from Counter-Strike? Does anybody know? Are there any row users in the chat? No duping. Yes. Can I cash out? There's no duping? Okay.
Little bit later on the video. And then we also have the regular limited, so not a limited unique, just a limited item. These are items that were originally sold by Roblox for a set amount of Robux, or they were earned through a contest or platform-wide event. And you know, like these items, essentially they were not supposed to be tradable or resellable, but then Roblox has the power to turn any item on the platform limited. So you know, these items were just chosen to become limited, so now they are tradable and also resellable. A good example of a limited item is the Back X guitar, which was available for like 5 years for 250 Robux, and nowadays it is tradable and resellable for 700 Robux.
Should I have a question, bro? Because in Roblox, how I understand it, like there's people that have like an ohnepixel skin, right? That's user created content, right? The expensive items though, it's only the Roblox official ones, right, chat? Or are there also crazy expensive items that are marketplace items? No, right? It's just cheap copies. Yes? Okay.
Another good example, you know, a little bit more on the expensive end of things, is the eccentric shop teacher, which was earned during a platform event back in 2014, I think, or 13, 12.
Same year as Cat 14.
Something like that. This item was made a limited 1 week after the end of this event, which is quite a little bit unusual because usually event items just stay off sale and unobtainable for the rest of eternity, with a few exceptions, which is the case of the eccentric shop teacher. Now this item is extraordinarily rare. It currently has a valuation of 6.5 million Robux in Rollimals.com, and if
what? Chat, call me crazy, but I bought, what, 100 euros worth of Robux, and it's what? It's like, what, 10,000? 6.5 million?
Of 6.5 million Robux in Rollimals.com, and if you were to purchase this item through the black market, you would easily have to pay like $40,000, $50,000 real cash, $50,000 for this Roblox item, you know? This is not an exaggeration at all. I also think it is a little bit important for, like, you know, CS2 players.
Now we're talking, bro. Now we're talking, chat. That's same price as a souvenir of Dragon Lore, but this hat only exists 3 times. Loki, it does look kind of trash, though. I don't like that brown fucking goofy hat.
Here's to understand that these items are not community made. These items are Roblox made, with a few exceptions of like remodels and retextures that were made by a few users. However, it is completely unknown if these users were actually compensated or paid for the work that they did for retexturing or remodeling some items. Now, enough of Roblox's history, let's go over to Counter-Strike 2's history. Now, Counter-Strike skins and trading overall were introduced to the game back in 2014 with the Arms Deal update. If I recall correctly,
bro, I have to pause every single time, chat.
Introduced to the,
because I hope you understand. This is the last time I will mention it, yeah. But the Arms and Deals update, chat. Valve released skins literally in 2013, and this was the first update regarding skins, right? Like they rolled it out, and including in that was everything already. We have floats. We have factional minimal wear. We have 1,000 different patterns on every single skin. The AK case hardened, yes. The pattern template of the case hardened, right? Where all the blue gems are originating from, the AK and everything, was the first skin to ever be released. They released skins the perfect way from the start. No tinkering over the years of, okay, let's add floats. Okay, like imagine, bro, like any other game company, they just like Black Ops or whatever. Oh, sorry, Call of Duty. But you release skins and it's always the same, right? No difference. Maybe some wear and tear, but patterns and everything. From the start, it was perfect. Do you know how crazy that is, bro? I swear, bro, I want to talk to the guy who did that. I want to talk to the guy who had the idea, the perfect way from the start. What is his vision, bro? Nothing existed like this. Oh my god, bro. Type 1 if this is absolutely ridiculous, bro. It makes no sense, I'm telling you, bro. Apparently, chat, in the skins creation, in the economy creation of Counter-Strike, the guy from Greece was involved. It's allegedly, the economy guy, yes, the government guy, the economy government guy from Greece was involved in creating and building the skins economy, bro, in CS. It's a girl. Okay, it's a girl, government economy of Greece. Dude, I swear, if she was the one doing that, she's cooking, bro.
Game back in 2014 with the Arms Deal update. If I recall correctly, the first ever tradable or resellable item that Counter-Strike saw was the Operation Breakout Pass. Interestingly enough, when they were initially added to the game, these skins were not community made at all. Valve, I don't know how to say the name, the company behind Steam and Counter-Strike 2 itself, introduced 10 skin collections to the game.
Bro, it's so good.
Yes, Roblox
Deagle Blaze, first skin ever released,
but
hello!
I'm going to go a little bit more on that later. And all of these collections and skins and whatever were made by employees at Valve. However, after this first initial update, users were able to submit their own skins for the Steam Workshop, enabling them to be upvoted and, with enough attention, even get added to the game itself. Now, every time someone buys these community-made skins through the Steam Marketplace, a very small cut of that purchase goes towards the creator of the skin, which, in my opinion, is really cool because, you know—
Wait, what? Did you just leak the thing that nobody ever talks about? 5% cut per Steam market. Yo, what? Where does he have these numbers from? Chat, these numbers are full secret, bro. Like, nobody ever talks about this. I don't know if these are real. Even if I knew, like, I couldn't say, like, 25% of that, 5% goes to the creator. What the fuck?
Purchase goes towards the creator of the skin, which, in my opinion—
We talked to a creator once. I'm not going to say who again, because maybe they regret what they said. But one person said once that they made with one skin that they got accepted into a CS case. But it was Prime. It was Prime CS. It was a very popular case. They made 100k per skin. 100k. But that was like top. You feel me?
Is really cool because, you know, we have people out there making a living simply by having a skin in Counter-Strike. So, like,
chat, there's one guy, his name is Honey Badger, bro. His name is Honey Badger. Yo, mods, get the clankers out. Honey Badger Steam. This guy is the guy with the most accepted skins in Counter-Strike. I think still to this day. And if we check his inventory, bro, and then if we, because you can see if they have a skin accepted by looking at the prototype keys. So this guy has a skin, at least one skin in all of these cases, chat. We're talking Roller case, Wildfire case, blah, 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 right? But most of the, like, he has multiple skins in some of these cases as well. This guy has like 20 accepted skins or whatever. Yeah, I don't remember the exact amount. You just imagine how much money this guy makes, bro. This guy is rich by Counter-Strike designing. W. Honey Badger, go.
That is very, very cool, dude. Now, while every single Roblox limited item is, you know, not community made, or at the very least uploaded under the Roblox brand or username itself, Counter-Strike 2 skins are majoritarily community made nowadays, excluding, I believe, like map collections. The way you get Counter-Strike skins varies a lot. You could get them through item drops, even though this was heavily nerfed a few years ago, since, you know, you were able to get like skins worth over 10.
Chat, bring it back, bro. I swear, man. We at one point looked at all the craziest drops at one point, chat. I remember playing as a kid, and you knew that at the end of the game it was always possible to get an Orb Medusa. It was always possible to get an Orb Dragonlore, bro. Oh my god, you could get this dropped at the end of the game, chat. That is so crazy, bro. Now what's the max win? A weapon case? Come on, bro.
$1,000 through item drops. Nowadays, only a few select collections and also cases drop on daily drops. You can also get skins by, you know, opening cases, armory pass stars, trading in of itself, trading up, which involves, you know, adding 10 skins of X rarity for you to get one item of 1 above X rarity, if that makes sense to you, or just, you know, outright buying these skins through the Steam Marketplace or third third-party websites. I also think it's a little bit important to note that third-party selling websites are also available on Roblox, but the problem is that these are against the terms of service. This ends up
same as in CS.
Being extremely discouraging for people to start trading on Roblox because, you know, at any point in time, your account could be terminated if you ended up deciding to cash out your limiteds. Counter-Strike in 2014...
Do they actually ban people in that though for Roblox chat? Because in Counter-Strike it's as well not allowed, it's against terms of service, but of course like they openly like, not openly, but like they never intervene. Yeah, it is. Interesting. Okay.
And also saw the addition of stickers, which are purely a cosmetic addition to the weapon. Legend says though that if you have a good skin with good stickers, you're going to become a pro. I don't know how ohnepixel is still bad, Val. Now a few years later, like patch...
I'm not watching this video, bro!
You're going to become a pro. I don't know how ohnepixel is still bad, Val. Now a few...
Oh hell nah. If this guy buys a fucking CS skin off a marketplace, I will be the first one to report him, bro. Because that shit is against the Steam terms of service, buddy.
Years later, like patch packs, graffitis, and even these charms were released to Counter-Strike, but these are not like particularly relevant to this video's discussion, so I might talk about them but very, very briefly. Now, if I could separate Counter-Strike skins into groups, I would probably separate them into 3 separate groups. These groups being case collections, map collections, and also souvenir collections. Maybe we could add like another category being like armory pass collection or operation collections, but then
the new gen. Oh man, bring me back when there was no armory. I don't know, armory, bro. Oh, it just makes me so mad, bro. You actually have to play in order to open. Oh my god.
And that is up for you to interpret. Now, case collections are the skins that you are able to get off of opening cases in of themselves. Most of these collections are not really finite, considering they can continuously drop, such as like the Gamma cases, the Prisma cases, etc. But a few case collections just do not drop anymore, such as like the Shattered Web case or the Riptide case as a little bit of an example. These two...
How much does this guy pay you, Ohne? What do you mean, bro? I'm interested in the Roblox part. Do I skip the CS history? What do you bro think? I paid to watch this. I'll go 1.2.5 because Counter-Strike, we know it.
Collections and a lot more are indeed finite, and they have very, very, very limited supply. Now, map collections are collections made after the game's maps, such as like Cobblestone, Italy, Dust, Dust 2, Mirage, Overpass, Ancient, Vertigo, Train, whatever, you know, all of these maps and a lot more. These are somewhat finite due to a few collections being completely
Am I tweaking, or does he every time... and Overpass. Does he keep looking to the side, or am I tweaking, bro? Like, look where he's, like, after finishing a sentence.
Vertigo, Train, whatever, you know, all of these maps and a lot more. These are somewhat finite due to...
Why does he keep looking to the side? I swear, bro, I can't unsee it. Reading script? Oh, bro, it's like after, bro.
A few collections being completely revamped with a new version, leaving the old one with a finite...
Should have put the script in front, bro. I swear I've seen it like 10 times now.
Supply. The Dust, Mirage, Train, and Vertigo collection are 4 examples of collections that have been severely revamped over the years. The skins from these discontinued collections can now only be obtained if you open souvenir packages, which is very impractical, or by doing trade-ups, but then you must already have one skin of X collection for you to get a better skin of X collection. And then we also have the
mentioning a chat, I'm sorry. I can't focus anymore.
Souvenir collections. Souvenir collections or packages were dropped for free during CSGO Pro matches and majors. And yes, CSGO, not CS2. The way this worked was, let's say, if you were watching a Cobblestone Pro game on Twitch for a major, Cobblestone-themed souvenir packages would be dropping during that game, showcasing the game's highlights, the MVPs, the All-Stars, whatever. And the way you get souvenir...
We were so ahead of the time, chat. We were so ahead of the time, I swear. We had drops before anybody else. Nowadays, every game release has drops. Battlefield Beta, yeah, you have to watch Twitch in order to get the drop. Blah. Get the game hyped up. 100,000 viewers for free. Valorant now, every esports tournament, you get free fucking, I don't know, free charm or something. I don't know, by watching. We had drops. We were the first guys. Now we don't have it anymore. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. We were so ahead of the time, bro, I swear.
During that game, showcasing the game's highlights, the MVPs, the All-Stars, whatever. And the way you get souvenir packages in Counter-Strike 2 is by simply buying souvenir tokens, so you cannot really get these for free anymore. However, with souvenir tokens, you are able to select from whatever game or map you would like to select. Now, these are finite in the sense that, like, let's say, once the 2023 major ended, these actually start being finite because there are no longer 2023 major souvenir packages being sold. So, you know, these are finite, and also also not finite in a way. Only the discontinued collections are finite, and also souvenir packages come with a very special twist.
Worst AK in the game, call me crazy. Worst, ugliest skin that exists in Counter-Strike. Type 1 if you agree, bro. This orange piece of dog shit, bro.
Just as I mentioned before,
Ew,
stickers. They come, or at least used to come with signature stickers by players.
Yeah,
a 2024 souvenir package is not going to have the same value of a 2015 souvenir package because of the scarcity, because of the stickers, because of a lot of other external factors. And now to close this section off, I personally believe that the biggest difference that I see with Counter-Strike and Roblox trading is that one's main currency is real world cash, you know, like Counter-Strike. And Roblox's main currency is Robux. Of course.
No! Chat. This is gonna sound sus. Are there ways to get Robux for cheaper? Dude, like, this is what a kid would Google. Bro, but low-key, I wanna know. Like, are there, like, resellers? Like, because no shot. Like, because with 6.5 million Roblox for this one head, how much is it in actual money if I bought them on the Roblox side? Way too much. Yes. Robux generator. Wait, there's Robux generators. It's not that much cheaper. Turkish Robux are cheaper. It's around 50% cheaper. Okay, 50%. Okay, got you.
You can sell Roblox items for real world cash, but once again, it is against the terms of service, which discourages a very big portion of the community from trading and selling. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, now it is finally time to be comparing both games. The first category that we're going to be talking about is the scarcity and value of items. What I mean by this,
I want to see the big hitters. Show me the sexiest items in Roblox, bro.
Is how valuable the items are relative to the amount of existing copies.
Yeah.
The amount of very expensive items is a lot higher in CS2 than in Roblox.
Okay.
As a little bit of an example, an OP Dragon Lore Factory New goes for around $12,000 cash. In total, there are over 2,000 known Factory New Dragon Lore circulating around. And then we have in Roblox the Earl of the Federation, but also costs roughly like $12,000 cash. However, for this item, you know, like the OP Dragon Lore has roughly like 2,000 known copies, the Earl of the Federation has roughly 20 copies in existence.
20 copies. But I feel like, chat, it can also be better if it exists a little bit more times, because call me crazy, something like this 20 times, like people may not even know this item, you know what I mean? A Dragon Lore, everybody knows it has the factor like Dragon Lore, you know what I mean? A Dragon Lore gets people crazier sometimes than a Blue Gem, because they just don't know. This item, probably a fucking 10-year-old iPad cat, they don't know what this is, you know what I mean? I can see why this is cheaper.
So you are essentially giving a 1 in 20 item for a 1 in 2,000 item for the same price. You know what I mean? So in my opinion, this is very insane. What I mean by this is that most Counter-Strike 2 skins are more valuable than Roblox items simply because of the demand, of the supply and value of these items. Counter-Strike's trading and collector player base is so much bigger than Roblox's trading and collector player base. It is estimated that over 50% of Counter-Strike 2's total player base actually trades or sells items. But when
Chad, low-key, it's getting a lot though, no? Bro, sometimes I'm like watching TikTok, bro, and then there's like literally people market manipulating, bro. There's like market manipulating people on TikTok, and it's like, yo, this item right here, blah, 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 on the Steam market, look at this price. They show the graph, like off their phone, like, here's the graph, and I believe this item will bust in the next blah, blah, blah. And that's like fucking 10,000 likes, like 100,000 views. And then there's people commenting like, I only invest into CSGO skins. I only bought the fucking Stockholm stickers, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's so many people who I feel like don't play CS, but just invest. You know what I mean? Is this where the young money goes? Is this where the pocket money goes of the current generation, bro? Instead of buying a Yu-Gi-Oh pack, they buy an AK Redline? You? No. I mean, kinda. Literally you. Yeah, but it's like super casual nowadays and like super... Everybody does it. Back in my, like, Counter-Strike training was, and Counter-Strike skins were much smaller, like, when I got into it and stuff.
When it comes to Roblox,
so
that
big
number,
now.
I would say that it goes down.
Crypto guys, all the crypto guys are coming in. Everybody sees the big returns, blah, 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 and then it fucking starts, tuck.
To even 0.1.
My YouTube editor, he says, yo, instead of paying me cash, can you pay me fucking in CS skins? I'm trying to invest into some CS skins, like, the returns are good. I said, bro, what are you doing? Like, I can't do this, bro. Bro, like, I can't. Like, we have to make it official. Bro, like nowadays skins, it's like very different.
1% of the total player base, let alone collects items. I could probably use my 10 little fingers to count the total amount of, you know, active Roblox collectors. There are none. You know, like,
yo, this guy had aura, bro.
10 little fingers to count the total amount
Not
of,
this guy.
You know,
this guy has aura, bro. Oh my god. Spartacus, bro. You look boss, I swear. How much is that head, dog?
active Roblox collectors. There are none. You know, like, there is no incentive for you to be collecting stuff in Roblox. But you know, like, CS2 items always being more expensive, I also believe is not super true every single time, and I can give a very reasonable example for that. The Flip Knife Ultraviolet in minimal wear right now goes for around like $290 real cash, and it has approximately like 1,500 copies circulating around. But then we have the Playful Vampire Face, which at the time of recording this video is 115,000 Robux in Rollimons.com, which once again for real world cash would be around like $300, something like that. And it has over 7,000 publicly available copies. So you know, like, it is very, very relative, but if we speak from a more diverse point of view, Counter-Strike 2 items are certainly more expensive than Roblox.
Wait, sorry bro, like nowadays I take stuff for granted when it comes to stupid prices. 300 for this? For some facial expression? That's crazy, bro. That is crazy, bro.
For 7,000 publicly available copies. So you know, like, it is very, very relative, but if we speak from a more diverse point of view, Counter-Strike 2 items are certainly more expensive than Roblox items. For a Roblox item to be expensive while maintaining a very high amount of copies, it needs to be an item with a lot of demand, like with so much demand that you have no idea. I'm going to pick the most high demand item on Roblox as an example, the Super Happy Face. This item currently has a value of 320,000 Robux in Rollimons.
What the fuck? All these goofy fucking facial expressions. What do they use it for? RP? Bro, what?
Super Happy Face. This item currently has a value of 320,000 Robux in Rollimons and has a total of over 13,000 copies in total. And you know, for CS2 players, 320,000 Robux would be like $850, $900 real cash. There are around 2,500 limited items in Roblox, with only 55 of them going over the 2 million Robux range, which once
55 over the 2 million. How much is 2 million, chat? Only 55 items. How much is 2 million? 1,000? 20k? Oh wow, that's still a lot then. 55 items that are worth over 20k, 10k? Damn.
Again, for CS2 players is around like $6,000. So only 55 items that are worth over $6,000. Trading just becomes a little bit uneventful when you are at that high of a level. Now, this video was not really made to, you know, dictate which trading system is better or not, but the point for this category has to go to...
Why are we giving out points? Is this a contest? Thought we are just like spreading information. Didn't know that this was a derby.
CS2, just because of the sheer abundance of high-value items. Now for the second category, we have the ease to trade. And what I mean by this category is like how easy it is to get into trading between these two platforms. Now first of all, let's begin with Roblox. Limited values are pretty much solely dictated by a fan site called Rollimons. So you know, this is not an official website, this is a community. So you know, oh my god, dude. So you know, this website is not really official, this website is community made. There were some competitors like RBLX Trade, but you know, every single competitor just failed to overthrow Rollimons. The first ever Roblox value website was RBX Rocks, but ever since 2018, it was sold to a malicious group of individuals and suffered a major data breach as a result. Before Roblox value websites, people used Roblox forums, specifically a category called Let's Make a Deal. However, the Roblox forums ended up shutting down in 2017, which led to the creation of these Roblox value websites. Now CS2 players are probably asking, okay Pedro, but how does an item go up or down in value if the values are community dictated? Well, that is a very good question, my little fellow. The value changing system happens through item proofs in the Rollimons Discord server. Essentially speaking, item proofs are images that show completed trades to showcase how much X item gets in Robux overpays or lowballs. If an item has enough proofs, it goes into discussion where the Rollimons Value Changing Council discusses if this item...
What? The Skins Price Council?
Should drop in value or raise in value, or just not do anything. And also the amount of proofs necessary to raise or lower items heavily rely on the circulation of an item. If we were to make like the most extreme comparison possible, we could take the perfectly legitimate Fedora, which is currently valued at 4,000 Robux in Rollimons and has well over 100,000 total copies. That item would need like 100 proofs or more for it to raise or lower. On the other hand, we have an item called the Winwood Crown, which right now is valued at...
That looks insane, and there's only one of them. Oh my god, I like that.
8 million Robux. And this item is so extremely rare that it only has one singular copy in circulation. And you know, 8 million
but explain it why! Explain it why, Pedro! Man, Alter! I'm gonna crash out, bro. I went into this video like I want to know, like, where's this item from, dog? I have to close my curtains, bro. It's too bright. Why do these rare items exist? That's please.
So you would probably be having to pay like $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 for an item like this. This item would need at the very maximum 2.
Appreciate the 500 bits, buddy. I would love if you could check out my very first knife unboxed. Congrats. Not right now, okay?
Proofs
Maybe after.
for it to raise. I also believe it is important to note that USD deals do not count as item proofs, only like item for item trades. I also believe it is a little bit important to note that, you know, Rollemon's values are always used when...
Actually, I want a little bit of sun. Let me open. Yo, don't say L Vapor, I swear, bro. You literally hear me like open the curtains, bro.
Cashing out limited items. So if an item has once again a value of like 200,000 Robux and is sold for a 3-to-1 rate, that means that the item is going to be sold for like $600 real cash. The Rollemon's website also has a page solely made for trade advertisements, just like CSGO Lounge.
CSGO Lounge, lol. CSGO Lounge in 2025, bro, complete like it's like, what the fuck did we used to use, you know? It was like so rudimentary.
An example. Pretty much every single Roblox trader uses this website for value references. This website is pretty much like unbeatable.
They're stuck in
it has a monopoly that no one has been able to beat. There's also the Rollemon's Discord server, of course, as I mentioned before, which has trade advertisement channels for your regular...
There's probably so much sus shit, no? There's probably so much scam-eroni and stuff. And imagine, bro, some of these iPad kids back in the day, they're just getting hacked nowadays when the items turn expensive and shit. You know what I mean? Probably like ratting out, blah, blah, blah.
Items, your rare items, whatever items that you desire to trade. You can literally find like
bro, I can tell that this guy is a scammer, bro. Like nothing on him, bro. But
channels for your regular items, your rare.
Like this guy right here, bro. Gex. He has the Roly fucking rare clan tag. The duck money. Like this guy, I know that he's a scammer, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like allegedly. Like, bro, like I wouldn't trade for this guy, bro.
Items, whatever items that you desire to trade. You can literally find like the top 500 richest Roblox users in this server just because of how monopolized the community truly is. I know that in CS, Steam does not really grant any Robux when you had stolen goods, only in very
This guy, he got the shittiest items ever. No way he a scammer. Bro was checking what items he's selling.
Specific scenarios. And Roblox only grants a one-time rollback for your account if you were like phished, cookie logs, API scammed, something like that. But if you willingly accepted a trade under your own IP, then, you know, forget it. You are never going to see your items again. Sorry guys, I had to change the angle a little bit because it was getting very dark outside, and I want you guys to have the best imagery possible. Now, before this video continues, I would like to take a little bit of a moment to say thank you for every single member of my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Your support is immensely appreciated, and I would like to ask every single new person who's watching this video to subscribe because the help would be absolutely immense. But anyways, in my opinion, I also believe that, you know, trading is
a... I just realized the picture in the back. What the fuck is that dog?
Little bit more accessible for people in Roblox than in CS. Like, you know, in the way that like people with a smaller budget can get into Roblox trading a little bit easier than in CS. For like $1,500, you could get 500,000 Robux if you were to once again buy for a 3-to-1 rate. And also another thing that I feel like you CS2 players might like is that the trade hold in Roblox is only 2 days long instead of 7 days long. Now for the ease to trade in CS2. Now please correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not think that CS2 has like a main place for you to advertise your items in any way. And also because, you know, I believe that CS2 trading...
Pedro in the chat? Yo, Pedro, I want to know more about Roblox items, bro. W video though, I enjoy this.
Is done mostly on selling, buying, not really done through peer-to-peer trading like in Roblox. I know about the sheer abundance of like trade bot websites like CS Money or websites made for you to sell your items to other people like, I don't know, Skinport, but I've never really heard about somewhere that you can easily get in contact with other traders and like the majority of the community. Unlike Roblox, which has, you know, Rollemons.com. But then, you know, we've got...
Some people think it's ohnepixel chat. They just say, yo, guys, I'm selling butterfly knife blue steel. Mods, time them out. It's not ohnepixel chat, bro. Maybe some fucking... Hey, Loki, there is no place where to fucking go and like advertise. Just sell your item on a marketplace, bro. Like, I don't know. If you advertise it somewhere, that's the people see that you're clueless, and then you're gonna get scammed. If you go into some forum or Discord server, those are usually 99% just scammers reaching out, bro.
To acknowledge that once again, 0.1% of Roblox's player base actually trades, and you know, like over 50% of Counter-Strike 2's player base actually trades or sells items. So it's a lot harder to get 50% of an entire community together only in one place. So we've got to understand that as well. I know a lot of like CS2 traders use Twitter to trade, but once again, I don't really think there is a community consensus of where you should go if you want to do peer-to-peer trading. You've just got to like manually look for people for you to trade, which in my opinion is kind of crazy. Like me as a Roblox trader, I've had a very hard time trying to trade on CS just because I did not know where to go.
I mean, the trading is not a thing anymore, bro. In Roblox, you need to trade because you get banned if you buy for cash, but in Counter-Strike, everybody just cash trades, you know, like buy something off marketplace, blah, blah, blah. Trading is dead. Trading is dead. It's a weird shit. I used to love trading, bro. Somebody's selling like an orb. I don't know, like an orb that I want. I say, hey, I can give my knife. How many keys do I need to add? How many keys do I need to add? I go onto OP skins. I quickly buy the items. I quickly, zack, I send the trade offer. There you go. Zackity zack, Alter. Sorry for not clarifying where the items came from. Hey, all good, bro, all good. But you should make a video, rarest Roblox items. And then, like, explain, like, the origin. That would be nice. Because I know that there's, like, for example, one item that, like, a kid got through Make-A-Wish, for example, and Roblox gave them, like, a special hat, for example. Like, I know those, like that story, for example, you know?
Oh, I swear to God, bro, I got like 10 DMs, at least 9 or 8 of them were scam links, not even kidding, bro. And also it is a little bit important to note that, you know, once again, Counter-Strike's currency, main currency is real world cash. So maybe it would not really make sense for Counter-Strike to have a main trading hub like Roblox does. I don't really know. Personally speaking, my point goes to Roblox.
Yo, forgot about this derby, bro.
As a primarily Roblox player, as a Roblox YouTuber, my life is pretty much Roblox, bro. You know, I've got a Roblox tattoo on my wrist, so you know that I'm all about that Roblox life, bro. And now for the last category of this video, we have the uniqueness and customizability of items. Let's begin with the uniqueness and customizability of Roblox. Now, when it comes to the uniqueness of an item in Roblox, Roblox is very lackluster. Like, the uniqueness comes from the item itself, how it looks, and how rare it is. That's pretty much it. Like, there is nothing else unique about these items. For perspective, like, I don't know, items with less than 100 total copies in existence are considered rare items by the community, but that's pretty much it. Well, I mean, with limited unique items, you actually have serial numbers, which can be added to the factor of uniqueness.
Oh, serial numbers. Okay, so number 1, so maybe like a little bit more expensive, right?
Limited unique items, you actually have serial numbers, which can
420
be added to
Why is 420 market price? Oh my god, this is a steal.
Factor of uniqueness. Serial 1 items tend to go for massive overpays in comparison to regular serials. And also serials are only available for limited unique items, not limited items. Like, imagine being able to own like the first ever unboxed Dragon Lore and having like the serial number 1 in like a little part of a skin or just in the description of the skin, something like that. I feel like that would be a very dope feature and would certainly add to the value of these skins. And also, well, technically speaking, you're able to purchase a few community made add-ons.
But he spent 20k to look like this.
For Roblox limited items, but then these items are typically removed shortly after they are actually created, because that does technically count as copying Roblox's intellectual property. So unless the add-on is completely different or adds something very substantial to the item, it is eventually just going to be deleted. Now, ladies and gentlemen, where do I even begin for the uniqueness and customizability of Counter-Strike 2 skins? In Counter-Strike, pretty much every single skin is unique.
I've traded in this game before.
One way or another. Whether it is like by the float value, the pattern seed, the quality, the stickers, and many other defining factors. For the Roblox...
This is yap bait, chat. This is yap bait. Because this stuff, it gets me in a yapping mood, like once he starts going into the deep depths of the skins.
Each Counter-Strike skin has a unique float value and pattern, with each float value going from up to 0.00 down to 0.99. 0.00 represents a factory new weapon, and 0.99 represents a battle scarred weapon. Very worn down, very beat up, very ugly. Unless
Chat, you fuck with battle scarred or no? There's one thing right now, one skin that I used to think is one of my favorite skins ever. I have to show you, bro. I have to show you. Here, would you say this Orb Dragon Lord? Right here. Perfect in shape, blah, blah, blah. But it exists, of course, many, many times. Yeah, because it's factory new. Or 1 of 1 battle scarred. Oh, sure. My brain is so fucked up, chat, because I love, like, uniqueness and rarity. Like, I prefer the second one, like this one. Am I the only one, bro? Because this one, it's like 1 of 1 in a high float. You know what I mean? And you low-key get it in a discount, like, because people think that the factory new one is better. Oh, wow, I see like 50-50. There's some fucked up individuals in the chat as well. Nice, nice, nice.
99 represents a battle scarred weapon.
That's nice.
Very worn down, very beat up, very ugly. Unless your item is duplicated, there is a very good chance that the float value of your skin is completely unique. Also, some skins, they do indeed have a capped float value, meaning they do not go up to like 0.99 or down to 0.00. A good example of this would be like the M4A4 Bullet Rain, which has a float capped at like 0.02 for the lowest float and 0.46 for the highest float. This particular skin is very special because the float of a battle scarred weapon goes from up to 0.45 down to 0.99, meaning it is so extremely hard for you to find a battle.
Valve is so smart, I swear. Float caps, bro.
Card weapon, and the battle card finish of this one goes for way more than the factory new version. Pattern seeds are also an exceptionally special part of Counter-Strike skins. They essentially dictate how your entire skin is going to look. There are 1,000 possible different patterns of skins in Counter-Strike 2, meaning the same skin has 1,000 different variants, bro. It's absolutely insane.
Yep.
However, this does not really apply to every single skin because some of these skins are just not pattern-based. But the pattern-based skins, they have a lot of differences when varying from pattern to
What some people also don't know, chat. I don't know if you knew this. Like a lot of casuals, they don't know this. When you how do I explain this? Wait, I'm really bad at explaining. So listen, chat, listen. Let's say you have a battle scarred like pair of or like a field tested pair of gloves, right? And they're like the same float. The wear on the skin, where the scratches are on the gloves, where the color is not there anymore, it's also dependent upon the pattern index. That's if you have two gloves, the same exact float, it doesn't mean that they have the same scratches on the same exact position. That's also pattern based. You know what I mean? So there's some clean patterns and some not clean patterns. That's what you know what I mean? You understand me, chat? It's like on the Karambit, very prominent. There's some clean corner patterns. You can have a 0.03, it can have the cleanest corner ever, or you can have a 0.03 and there's a crash corner. Put some examples, YouTube editors. Hey, what am I paying you for, bro? Right here, right here. What? There's a 0.03 fucked up and a 0.03 clean. You know what I mean? Yep.
pattern. The absolute best example that I could possibly find was, of course, the AK-47 Case Hardened. Now, pick these two skins as examples. Now, on paper, these pretty much look like the same skin, right? Well, negative, ladies and gentlemen, because this one right here goes for like $500, which is not really bad. But then this one, ladies and gentlemen, went for over 1 million value. Wow, dude. Wow, absolutely amazing. And do you know what?
And WhatsApp Nico has it right now, bro. WhatsApp Nico has it right now. He joined Falcons, apparently, maybe, allegedly, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. If I would know, I could say it. Allegedly, maybe, like a Saudi guy bought it. And, you know, maybe ties with Falcons. Now, Nico is borrowing the $1 million AK. The guy reached out to him, the Saudi guy, called him on WhatsApp. Yo, Nico, you want this? Nico said, hello. Let me take it.
Because the top of the skin is
Nico.
otherwise called a blue gem. Welcome to the world of Counter-Strike skins, my Roblox little trader. And also you could further add this customizability by adding like stickers or charms to your skin. Now for the last time, this is not really a video meant to like say which system is the best, but I don't really feel like I even have to say this. The point goes to CS2, bro. Which ultimately means that Counter-Strike 2 won this competition.
Let's
Congratulations,
go!
you absolutely deserved it. And also just before the video ends, I wanted to talk about one last thing, which is item duping between both games. I don't really feel like this deserved a category of
Wait, I want to see Roblox duping.
A little fun fact for you guys to learn about. It's to absolutely no one's surprise that duping is, or at least was around both games at a certain point in time.
Way.
Both games worked very similarly when duping items. You would sell or trade an item to yourself on an alternate account and tell support that you got hacked. The support system, instead of giving back the original copy of the item back to you, would generate a new copy out of thin air to give it to you, while your alternate account would get to keep the other
Just like in Counter-Strike, dog. Just like in Counter-Strike, dog.
copy. And this is where, you know, those extra copies from limited, unique, or limited items come from. Just because, like, sometimes Roblox does not have any terminated users to steal the items from. I'm gonna say it, steal the items from. They have to generate a whole new copy. But the most notable example of this in Roblox is the Domino Crown. This item was duplicated a ton of times before the trading system even came to be. There were only 14 original copies of the Domino Crown in existence. An additional 11 were made after all of the duping shenanigans. The Domino Crown is the third highest value limited item in Roblox. At a staggering 24
When you dupe it, does it have the same serial number, chat? Because he said number 1, like, and number 2, for number 420, you know what I mean? If it's duped, does it have the same one?
million value. It could very likely sell for like over 80,000 or even $100,000 real cash. And if I recall correctly, the most notable example of a duped skin in Counter-Strike is the StatTrak M4A4 HAL, with well over 100 duplicated copies in circulation. Counter-Strike has a few skins that are worth over $1 million, but the most expensive Roblox item is the Dominus Frigidas. When it
Chat, I've seen this before. The Dominos. Dude, and there's different versions, right? Yeah, there's a blue one, there's a white one. Oh my god, bruh. How much is the cheapest Dominos?
When it comes to like value-wise, it is the Dominus Imperius, but the Dominus Frigidas had a confirmed sale of over 200 million Robux, which translated to real cash is well over $700,000.
Shut your mouth! That can't be real. That's gotta be them trading in between friends and saying, yo, I sold this guy for 700k. Like, no shot. Right? Or was it, or is it owned, did a game developer buy it who like has billions of Robux? And for him it doesn't matter, even though it is money, but is it one of those stories? Yes? Damn, but it's like, oh my god, 700k.
Real cash. So you know, both markets, they have a very big presence, but of course Counter-Strike has a bigger presence than Roblox just because of the size of the community. But anyways, that was pretty much the video for today. Thank you so much everyone.
Chat, W Pedro in the chat, I enjoyed that. I wish it was only on Roblox because CS I just start yapping, you know what I mean? Leave him a like, leave him a follow. A lot of people told me to watch this for the longest time.